Hi, I'm Angie. Welcome to RV 360 by National Indoor RV Centers, where we have all the details on the latest coaches. NIRVC is a trusted resource with RV lifestyle specialists who are here to help you find your dream coach. NIRVC also supports you well after the sale with storage, service, and detailing. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm so excited to show you a brand new product. This is the 2026 Tiffin GT1 19AG. This is their new touring van, so all new. So forever, Tiffin has been known as a luxury coach builder. So now they're kind of bringing that luxury into the B van, into this touring van. So I'm super excited to show you this van today. Now, before we get started, just a couple little things. I'm gonna break this down into chapters. So if you wanna skip ahead to the interior, or if you wanna go right to the battery compartment, you can do that. Also, National Indoor RV Centers is located across the country. So we have 5 locations that you can shop from. And if we don't happen to be in your state, guess what? We have a fly to buy program. So I love for you to watch these videos. I love for you to do your research, and I love for you to come and buy from us. Make sure you give us that opportunity. So give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers today, whether you live near us or not. We'll do the fly to buy program. And then when you need us for service, you can go to any of our locations across the country. We also do storage. So basically we do it all in one stop. So make sure you get all that information in there too. Next thing is, let me know what you thought about the video. Did you enjoy it? Do you have any comments? Is there something I missed or something that you'd like to see more of? Please let me know. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So let's start from the top. We've got our antenna right there in front. Then we've got our great windshield. That's how we're going to see this gorgeous country as we start our adventures. Right at the top of the windshield, you'll see like a little triangle. That's going to be your camera. That's going to be for your lane keep assist, your traffic sign reading. You've got a lot of safety features built into this: adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation, active brake assist. Your other sensors are going to be right here behind this panel here. And you'll also see that you have another camera right here for the parking assist, along with our sensors that are along the front. Mercedes gives us the rain sensing windshield wipers, so that's another thing that you don't have to worry about as you're going down the road. Then we have this beautiful front grille, of course the Mercedes emblem here. This is the 2500 all-wheel drive Sprinter chassis. And then this little area right here, now there's really no way for me to get up and clean that windshield, but if I do need to, I could step up here, then I can get to the front of that windshield. So right behind here, we've got the hook if you ever need to be towed out. Hopefully you never need that, but that's what that is right behind here. We have the beautiful LED high performance headlights, fog lights, and then right here across the top here of our hood, we've got a diamond shield to protect our beautiful paint job. So here with the hood up, one thing that I want to point out that I love, new change for 2026, is we've got struts. So this is pretty heavy, and now it just stays up and you're going to be able to pull it down. I love that. So inside here, you're noticing this big empty space. You might think that like the chassis battery be there, but it is not. Now this is where you would jump the chassis if you needed to. So here's your positive, and then there's your ground. Brake fluid here, windshield wiper fluid. Then we have the fill for the oil. Now you don't have a dipstick. You can buy one if you want, but you're gonna have a reading at the dash. It's very accurate, so you don't need to worry about that. And then we've got the air intake for the engine and our coolant. Right here is our DEF. That is our diesel exhaust fluid. So few things you need to know about that. It does have a shelf life. It lasts about a year. So if you're buying it at Walmart and storing it with you as you go, just look at that expiration date. So it doesn't like heat, it doesn't like light. If you use bad DEF or it gets old, sometimes it will crystallize in here, and then it can throw some bad engine codes, which is not fun. We have the Michelin LT 245 75R16 tires. And then you can see we've got our diamond shield as it comes across the front hood there and then down to the side. So you've got that extra protection. We have our exterior mirrors. These are internally controlled and heated, and we've got the turn signal in them. And then you've got a little camera at the bottom, so that's going to help with that park assist too. It gives you a really nice view from inside the van. Then we have the great step up here that they've added. It's got a little rough surface there, so it's easy to get in and out. You're not going to slip. Then one of the things that I mentioned, that this is a luxury touring van, so you get the Girard awnings. Those are the same awnings that you get on your big buses. So really nice awning. You're gonna have your wind sensor, your LED lights. I'll go ahead and extend those for you now. So I went ahead and extended it. You can see how much shade that's gonna give you. Plus I've turned on the LED lights, so you can turn them on and off from here. So you have a nice little area, and you do have a wind sensor on here, or a shake sensor. So just a little awning maintenance. I never leave my van with the awning extended. You never know, Mother Nature is tricky. We had a little rainstorm here this afternoon, and if you get a big gust of wind that comes up, you may have some issues with your awning. So if you're out and inside enjoying the area and monitoring the weather, I think it's fine, but once you leave your van, make sure you bring that in. Before I shut the front door, I want to show you that it's very easy to have your screened in van, which is great. I always love to enjoy the outdoors, especially when it's on a cool day like today. So you just put that screen out, and then you can sit and work, look at the outside. Then when you want to come out, you just push it right back into place, so it's nice and easy. Then we have our little drawer outside. So if we're gonna be cooking or grilling outside, this is a great like little tabletop here. You can even bring an induction cooktop and set it outside. So if you wanted to cook outside, say you're doing fish or bacon, you want that mess outside rather than inside the van, I wouldn't blame you. And like I said, there's little drawers. So you have storage below there and a little nice little surface tabletop here. Then you've got your nice step that extends when your door opens. I love this step because it's really like, look how wide it is and deep it is. You can get your whole foot on it, so it makes it much safer getting in and out of the van. And then right inside the door, we have our fire extinguisher for the van. That's great. You can get it from outside or inside. Another thing that you ought to check into is Protang. It's a fire suppression system sold exclusively by National Indoor RV Centers. If you know anything about National Indoor RV Centers, you know that we only sell products that we truly 100% believe in. So give us a call today. We can give you a custom quote. You can put Protang in your engine compartment, maybe by your lithium batteries, by your inverter, anything that you think may cause have a fire possibility. So give us a call. We will give you that quote today. The other thing I wanted to point out is I really love this step. It's nice and sturdy, secure, and then we've got the cutout of the GT1 that's backlit when you open the door, so it looks awesome. Check out the beautiful big windows. Those make a big difference when you're inside the van, especially when you're in a smaller space. Those big windows really open everything up. Then we have our engine exhaust. And then again, we've got the GT1 here. And then here below, I love this. We've got our power, our 110 outlet, and this is just magnet shut. So you don't have any latches or anything, and it just stays up. We've got the two 110 outlets and the cable output. As I come around the back of the van, you notice that we've got our high brake light. We've got our camera that's going to give us our rear view camera when we look in our rear view mirror. Then we've got nice big windows again, their Mercedes symbol. Down here we have our 5,000-pound hitch. It's just behind this panel. You just screw that off, but they've given us that nice little spoiler apron that looks nice. We've got your 5,000-pound hitch and then your 7-way. Also, you have your parking sensors all along the back here. So you really have a great view, great protection as you're parking your coach. Let's take a peek inside. So doors open nice and wide. And then you've got your little cubby compartment here on both sides, on both doors. Then if you just lift up this panel here, we've got our lithium battery pack. So these are lithium batteries by Battleborn. You get 540 amps. If you want to add the additional optional lithium pack, you will go up to 1080. You'll just pretty much take most of your storage space. So it's a trade-off. Do you want more battery power, or do you want more storage? You get the house battery master switch, so your disconnect here, and then your inverter disconnect. You get the 3000 Xantrax inverter, and then you've got your resettable breakers. Now, if we are not lucky enough to have you as a storage customer at one of our locations, at all of our locations, we store at least 300 coaches indoors at all times, plugged in to 30 amp or 50 amp service, whatever you need. Valet service, again, like I said from the beginning, at National Indoor RV Centers, we try to do it all. But if you are not storing your van or your coach with us, then you need to make sure these disconnects are turned off if you are not plugged in to 30 amp service when you leave your van. Otherwise, you're going to have some parasitic draw on your batteries, may come back to low or dead batteries, and that's never fun. Now you can see we've got space here. We could get a small suitcase in here. We've got our power cord here. We have our shower attachment hose here for our external shower, which I'll show you where that goes in just a second. And then our sewer hose here. So light, really nice space here, very easy to get to. And then if you don't want to see it, you can just put that flap back down. And then, did I mention that we have the power shades throughout this coach? Probably haven't because we weren't inside. You do have your power blackout screen here. So once you bring that down, you almost have a little movie screen. Now it is black, so you just have to put something white on there so that you can project that video. But another option when you're outdoors camping if you want to do something fun like that. And we have a power screen also for the back of the van, so that if you want to sleep underneath the stars with the fresh air, you can do that without the bugs. As I come along the driver's side, we've got nice big windows again, and we have an opening window, so that's really nice if you want a little cross breeze inside the van. Then you come over here, you're going to see an exhaust here. That is for your Aqua-Hot, which is your furnace and your hot water heater. Then you see this nice panel. It's sort of hidden. This is your wet bay. So we've got the electrical hookup here, and then we have the cable input, the city water, and we can connect our water right here. And then we have our external shower, and we just plug that shower hose right into here. That way you can rinse off if you've spent the day at the beach and you're all sandy. You don't want to take that into the van, or if you've been hiking all day, you've got a little stop there, so that will hold that up. If you've been hiking all day, again, you're going to be filthy dirty, don't want to take that in, so you can rinse off out here. So below here we've got our sewer hookup, and then we've got our T-bar for our black tank, T-bar for our gray tank. So you actually have a real toilet, real tanks, not a cassette toilet on this touring van. Probably wondering where you fill the fuel. Well, it's right inside the front door here. So you just open this up. You have about a 24-gallon diesel fuel tank, and you'll fill it right there. You've seen all the fun stuff on the outside. Let's go check out the inside. So I just popped that door. It's powered. Step comes out. Welcome to the beautiful interior of the GT1. Now this has the beautiful high-pressured laminate cabinetry throughout, nice and light, so it opens up the space. And then check out the beautiful ultra leather fabric that's on the captain's chairs. So this is not what comes standard from Mercedes. They have replaced what comes standard, and this is nice and comfortable, and it feels amazing. So you're going to have that here at the captain's chairs and then back on your sofa. So another one of those hidden features that I just loved. I've rotated the captain and co-captain's chair around so you can see that you can use your van in this way. You can open that screen door, sit back here, have a nice glass of wine, enjoy the evening, or of course you can go lounge on your beautiful sofa in the rear of the van. Right inside the front cab, we've got a hook on both sides, and then we have the button here that we can open and shut the powered side door. So right here is where we store the table, the lagoon table that we can use in the back by the sofa, but I do love that this has a nice little spot here. It doesn't rattle around or move at all, so that's really nice, secure location for that, storing that table. Now, when we look at the ceiling, we've got the nice vinyl touch soft ceiling. We've got our smoke alarm, our LED lights, and then we head right into the kitchen. So what I love about the galley here is that we get a little extra counter space. So all I have to do is lift that up. It pops right into place. I've got that extra solid surface countertop that's very sturdy, like it's not going to move. So I can cut on this, I can prepare food on this, and then we've got our rectangle stainless steel sink and our residential faucets. Next to that, we've got our induction cooktop. So all you need are pans that a magnet will attach to. They'll work with the induction cooktop. They heat up really fast, they cool down really quickly once you remove the pan, and then you know, you can almost put your hand on the burner. I'm always cautious, but that's the beautiful thing about induction. They work really quickly. Now look at all the storage that we get with this. So we have the flip down here so we can store our sponges and our soaps, brushes right there. But then that's a massive drawer. So that's really nice, and it's nice and sturdy, well made. And then when you push it in, it does lock to close. Another nice big drawer, not quite as deep. Try to put my hand in there so you can see how deep it is. But then it locks as well. So you're not going to have those come open when you're traveling. You can lock that one too. When you're ready to take down the extra counter space, you don't have to worry about pinching your fingers. It's super easy. You just push those two levers and it drops down and it's out of your way. And then check out this cabinetry. So we have kind of this concave cabinetry, and there is a little, a lever that you're just going to press right here to unlock the cabinets. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up all this storage so you can see how much space there is. So quite a bit of overhead storage here. Then we have our convection, microwave, air fryer. So 3-in-1. How great is that? You don't have to take extra appliances. And it looks small, but you're going to be amazed at what you can get in there. And I recently did a little cooking class on the convection oven. They work amazing. They're great. You just want to have as much air circulating around your food as possible so it bakes and cooks more evenly. And then the air fryer, just another little bonus. And then we've got our refrigerator that opens pretty much all the way. And then you've got your freezer in there as well. Here's your midship overhead fan. You can see that you have lots of room for pantry space for all your foods and miscellaneous items. And then we go into more storage in the back. I'll show you that in a second. Before we do that, let's go ahead and cover the panel. This is your Spider multiplex system for pretty much most of the controls of the coach. So I'll go ahead and walk you through it. Right here, you probably didn't see it, but this is where I took the awning out. So you take it in and out, and you can stop it. So if you don't want to extend it the full way, if you just want a little shade, and then your LED lights on and off. And then you can just turn that off completely. That's control for your Jarder awning. So here we have the control panel for most of the functions of the coach. So I'm going to be at the home screen here. We have our main light, our bathroom light, exterior light, backlight, and then our master light on and off. Anytime you see the arrow up and down, that means that is a dimmable light. Then we have our tank heater here, and then our fresh tank, our gray tank, and our black tank. And you can see the level that they are at. Then you have your climate showing 82 degrees, and then you have your Aqua-Hot, you have your diesel, and your electric. So for your Aqua-Hot, this is going to be your heater, and then your water heater as well, your furnace and your water heater. So if you are just wanting a little bit of water to wash your hands, you could probably just keep it on electric, just for small amount of hot water. And then if you want to, say, take your shower, you're going to want to go ahead and turn on your diesel Aqua-Hot so you can have a nice long shower. Here's your water pump, and then you have the level for your house batteries. Here's our vent fan for the midship of the van, and then we can turn the fan on, we can lift it, and then there's the speed of the fan. Then we go to a light button. You can see that all these lights are dimmable. So our main bathroom, our cabinets, the RGB lights for the colored lighting inside the coach. And then we have our exterior lights, our master lights. Climate, so here we can turn on our heat pump, our Aqua-Hot. We can adjust the level for our AC, and we do get the Gree AC, which is super quiet, 15,000 BTUs, but it's so quiet. You're going to have no problem sleeping with your AC on, with your lithium batteries. This is one of my favorite new features that we're getting in all the Class Bs. Here's your Aqua-Hot, your diesel, and your electric, your interior heat, and your quiet mode, and then your diag. And then we've got the power panel here. This is going to let us know that we are plugged into 30 amp service now. It's going to show us the state of charge of our house. If our charger is in absorbed charge right now and our inverter is in pass-through. We have our AC power, so it's going to let us know our AC source here. And then we have solar panels. So we've got the 230 watt solar, I believe, on top. This is going to let you know what kind of amps you're bringing in. This is our electronic management system, so if you're overtasking the system, it will shut the load automatically for you. Now, this is one of my favorite panels because this is for your power shades. So you can do your rear shade, just hold that down. And look at that, you've got your blackout for the rear of the coach. So we have the rear shade, driver's side, passengers, our screen, and our master, and then mechanical. So bring your sofa down, your ottoman down, and your passenger side ottoman down to make the bed. I'm gonna go ahead and bring down that screen because that's our rear screen at the back of the coach. So if I want to sleep with those doors open and have no bags, I love that option. Then we have our vent fan controls again. Then we go to our settings. So you can change the temperature units, your screen brightness, your screen settings, system updates. And then this is going to just tell you the floor plan that we're in, your diagnostics, and then you can adjust your time. And then below the panel, you've got your battery disconnect for your house batteries off and on, and then your step off and on. So once you're at the campground, you don't want that step to go out and in every time you open your power door. So you just want to go ahead and turn that off once you get to the campground so that will stay extended. All right, so let's go check out the bathroom. So this is a nice sized bathroom for a B van. I'm going to step inside so you can kind of get an idea of how much space there is in here. You have a real toilet, not just a cassette toilet. And then you've got your shower curtain so that you have a nice shower. You have your clothesline here that goes across. And then we have an articulating mirror, which I love. So you can actually like be outside the bathroom, check out your makeup with some natural light, see how that looks. And you've got the magnifying, you know, for those of us that need to look a little bit closer, but it pushes in and then that just stows right away. So I love the mirror feature. So check out how big the sink area is. We even have a little spot for some of our lotions and soaps, which is nice. And then we've got our faucet here. Now this also doubles as our shower. So you just go ahead and extend that, put that up here, and then you're ready to go. Now you may have noticed this light. This is your shower miser here. So what this does is it saves you from needlessly using the water in your freshwater tank and needlessly filling up your gray tank while you're warming up your water. So you just turn this on. When this lights up, it means that your shower water or your hand water here is warm. So as soon as you turn it on and you turn this level, you're going to have nice hot water. So you're no longer running the water till it warms up. It's a great feature. And then we have our overhead fan, which is really nice when you're in this small of an area. It can get a little steamy in here, so you can let some of that air out here. And then you've got the nice LED lights in here. So again, it feels nice and bright and light. So now welcome to the living area and the bedroom. So this is really nice. There's a lot of little details back here that I want you to notice, and it goes to the fit and finish of the GT1. So just this automotive finish around the windows. You'll notice the little T for Tiffin in the cup holders. I just sort of love those little details. And then I'm telling you, this is so comfy. I wish you could feel this ultra leather fabric. It's nice and soft, kind of buttery soft. And I love the stitching that they've added to it. Just looks really nice, high end. Now, while I'm sitting here in the back, I can see that I've got 1, 2, 3 USB and USB-C charging ports. And then I have 2 GFCI 110 outlets. I also have another control panel right here, which is great because you can do this from the bed. You don't have to get out of bed to do all the controls that I showed you from the panel in the kitchen. Cup holders on both sides, and then the 2 110 outlets on both sides, and our RV CO2 alarm here. Another thing to keep us safe while we're traveling. And just above the head of the bed, we've got speakers on both sides. Look at this nice strip lighting. We've got this nice blue accent lighting, and you got the control for that on your panel. Our speakers, our seat belts. I don't have the seat belts coming through on the back sofa here because we're going to make it into a bed here shortly. But first, I want to show you the storage. So I showed you the storage that sort of continued on from the kitchen. Now the rear storage here. Nice big compartment. I can barely touch the back, and then we've got the big Tiffin Bible here for everything that we need to know about the coach. And then I have another nice big compartment and a 110 available outlet. Underneath the ottomans, you have easy access to the wiring systems, breaker box, and up here, access to the water heater for surface. We can watch the TV from right here, or we can pull the release, and now we can adjust the viewing angle, or we can pull it all the way out and turn it around so you can even see it there, or you can push it right back in. Now I can set up my legume table. I've got the track here for it, so if I want to sit back here and you know, work, make this a monitor with my computer, great option. Now I've installed the legume table, so you've got the leg and then the arm for the table here, and you can just move that around. So if you want to use it there, the ottoman, or if you want to bring it over to the sofa, over here is a desktop. It's just really easy to maneuver and get around, and then make it the right height for you and the right position for you. And what's nice is that you can even kind of just push it back here and store it right away, and then just lock it in so that it doesn't move while you're traveling. Another huge bonus here in the back, now if I've got the screen open and then I want a little bit more of like a cross breeze, I can go ahead and open my rear window, and it's super easy, opens up. Now I've got that cross breeze here through the back and then the front door. So I'm ready to bring the bed down. I'm going to do it here from this front panel. So I'm going to go ahead and take the back sofa down, and then we'll bring our ottomans out. Ready? Now we're just going to fill in the space here with the headrest on both sides. Now check out our big, beautiful queen size bed. All right, so here in the cockpit, first of all, I want to go over the chairs. They are so nice and comfy. We have the lumbar support. Down under this panel here, we've got our fuses for the coach. And then underneath my feet, this is where our chassis battery is located. And then we've got the lever here to pop the hood. So here in the door, we've got two nice cubby containers here for miscellaneous items and a drink holder. Then we've got the handle, obviously, to open the door. And then right here, we have one of my favorite things. So these are our power controls for the captain, and then the co-captain has the same controls. So you can adjust the back, forward and back, the seat, forward and back, up and down in the back. So powered seats. Once you get it all set, then you're going to go ahead and hit the memory button and the number 1. So memory and 1, hold. Now the next time you come back to get into your seat, if for driver 1, just hit the 1. For driver 2, set the seating, the settings to where it's comfortable, and then do the same thing, M and 2, and hold that for memory. And then 3, I typically put the seat in the position that I'm going to be able to turn it around. Most optimal position for turning it around. So that's usually what I set number 3 for. Then we've got the heated seats, the unlock and the lock button. This is a nice little grab bar here so we can pull the door shut. Padded armrest here. And then we've got the window controls and our external mirror controls. And then underneath the seat, there's the lever here. That's what's going to allow you to turn the chair into the kitchen area. Is just by pulling that lever back and then turning the chair. So here we have our light controls. So we've got our autos on, or you can just have your running lights or your headlights on. And then this is the control here for your dimming and brightness of your front dash. Here are your front fog lights, and this is your rear driver's side brake light if you're pulled over on the side of the road so that people will see you. Then we have our rain sensing windshield wipers. We can turn those on, but they are automatic. And then you push in for the windshield wiper fluid. And then obviously this is your right turn and your left turn control. And we can also flash our headlights and push it away to keep your brights on. Right here behind, like on the steering column, you've got the minus and the plus. That's for manual shifting up and down. Then to the steering wheel itself, we have our home button here. So this is going to act as our mouse to kind of scroll through the different information that we can get up on our screen. So we can go to our service. That's going to give us our DEF level here. We can click into that. Our tires, our Assist Plus tells us when our next service date is, our engine oil level, particulate filter. Then we go to Drive Assist. That's going to show you your following distance when you're driving. Trip information, so you can scroll through your current consumption, and then basically a summary of your driving habits. Then you can go to navigation, radio controls, media, phone. You can Bluetooth your phone, and then your settings. You can go to vehicle, adjust your rain sensor, standard to low sensitivity or very sensitive. Display. So this is where you can put your DEF right here on the screen, which we've already done. So because I want to see always what my DEF level is. Then we have our cruise control. So we just press that on to put it on, and then we press forward to set it. And then we can increase and decrease our speed as we're driving in cruise control. And we can adjust our following distance. And then we can resume and cancel. Our horn. Then we go back to the home button again. Now this is going to control the screen over here, and I can scroll through that information, but I'll do that with the touch in just a second. But again, it's easy to scroll through that information right here. Your hands don't need to leave the steering wheel. Here's your voice command for Hey Mercedes, your volume control for your radio, answer or hang up a phone call, and then mute. And this is your favorites button. So if you click that down, then your favorites are going to pop up over here. Transmission control. So up for reverse, center for neutral, down for drive, and push in for park. To the right of me, we've got the emergency brake. So we just pull that up, and then we pull up, push in to release. We have our keyless ignition. So we just push it once to go into accessory mode, put our foot on the brake, and then push it again to start, and then to stop it, just one push. So here are all our controls. We're on our home page. So we can connect our phone Bluetooth. We can go into navigation, the radio, then we have media. This is where you can connect your phone or hook up through a USB. We have info here, so your engine information, consumption, and then this is really great, your operator's manual. If you have a question that you're not sure about, go to the operator's manual. It's right there. And then your Mercedes and Me and apps. So this is where you can download apps that will work with the Sprinter chassis. And we go to settings. So we have our quick access buttons, assistance. So this is where you can decide if you want to have what kind of warnings you want for your parking and your camera. If you want your traffic sign assist to be a visual and audible, or just visual or off. Active lane keep assist, active brake, early, medium, late, or off, attention assist, sensitive, standard, or off, or suggest a rest area, and then your blind spot assist. Go to our vehicle. We have our acoustic lock, our automatic door lock, and our gas station search. And then our exterior lighting, interior lighting delay, and locator lighting. And then system, so we have our display here, controls, voice assistant, so we can customize some of those settings here very easily. So now I'm going to go back to home because there's a cool feature I want to show you. So let's say I want my navigation. I use that a lot, so I want it to be the first button. So I can just press and hold, and then I can scoot that over until it's the very first button that I choose when I go to my home screen. Now that's going to be my first button. Here we have our cameras for the parking camera, and I can go through each camera and get a different view. We're currently in our National Indoor RV Center storage. And then I can go to the telephone, our navigation button, radio, volume control, back to our home button, mute and power off the screen, and then our quick access button to our vehicle settings here, and then our search and seek. Below we have the heat and AC controls and the fan controls, AC, direction of the airflow, our hazards, our max defrost, circulating the inner air, and our rear defrost. Then we have our 2 cup holders, our lock and unlock for the powered side door, and 2 more cup holders. So right below here, we've got our USB-C charging port and a 12-volt charging port. And then just below that, we're gonna, if we ever need to reset our keys, we just put those in there and then reset the keys. Here on the front of the dash, we've got a little storage area here and a small cup holder. Center here, we have the input for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and 2 USB charging ports and a wireless charging pad here, another cup holder, and more storage. Speaking of storage, we have more up top in front of the captain and co-captain, and then we have our great sunshades here. In the center console, we've got the light, so when the doors open, we can have that light turn on and off. That's our dome light as well. So we have our reading light for the driver, reading light for the passenger, and then do we want those lights to come on when the doors are open? We can decide that right here. And then we've got the dome light. Then we have the button here for technical help, and then our SOS, and of course our little sunglass holder and our rear view mirror. Here on the passenger side, I have all the same features that I had on the driver's side. Got my memory buttons here, storage here. If you turn these 2 notches, you have tools below there. And then if you ever need a jack, they are stored right behind this panel here. All right, so now for the fun stuff. We're here in the cab, ready to go for our test drive. I love this part. In fact, on most test drives, I'm like, are you sure you want to drive, or you want me to do it for you? So before we get started, I want to point out these great cameras that we have. So right here, this is my front camera. Let's get the rear. That's the rear camera. That's if we were towing something. So look how nice and clear that is. Then I've got my entire surroundings. I can get the front, but what I love here, especially for parking, is this 360 view of the van. So I can easily see where I am in the parking space and what's next to me. So totally helps you be very careful as you're pulling in and out of parking lots with your van. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put us in reverse. Just push up, and now you can see me. See how I'm doing here in the parking space. So you can see I'm totally clear. And then go ahead and start out. All right, so now we're on the road. This is super easy to drive. It's like driving any other Sprinter van. It feels like you're driving a car. This is on the Mercedes chassis, so you know, it's a really nice, quiet drive. So I did the decibel reader, 63.6, so nice and quiet. Just like a car, you can easily be driving down the road, having a conversation. Got the AC on low, nice and quiet. You're gonna have a great, comfortable ride in your van and just start making adventures. And that's one of the things I always tell people about RVing. I truly, truly believe that it's a fountain of youth. It keeps you active, it keeps you busy, it keeps you having new adventures, it keeps you planning because you've got to figure out which resorts and parks you're going to go to. Really is a great lifestyle and keeps you, having some great adventures and making memories along the way. All right, so now I'm just driving along. I'm going to kind of cross over the lane just a little bit so I can see. I get kind of a braking. It almost feels like it pulls me to the side and gives me a red alert in the dash. So that's just one of those safety features, keeping yourself in the lane, keeping yourself alert while you're driving. Now, a lot of people, customers come to us and they buy this van or one of our coaches and they're like, we're not sure where to go or what to do. Well, guess what? I have the answer. All you have to do is come to an AIM rally. And when you purchase from National Indoor RV Centers, you become an AIM member. So we cover your first year's dues, and then you just have to look at our schedule, pick one of the rallies that looks like it's something that you would enjoy, and sign up. They're amazing. Our events team is tasked with finding unique activities. So even if it's a place that you've been before, in fact, we just came back from Washington, D.C. We were actually at a great park in Cherry Hill, Maryland, and we had a lot of local people that came and joined the rally because they're like, you know, it's a busy town, DC, in that area. So they said, these are activities, the things that we did when we were at the rally are things that they wouldn't do on their own. Or they went to DC to work, but they've never seen some of the sites there. So we had a wonderful time. It's basically like a cruise in your coach. So you just sign up, we cover your meals, your drinks, your activities, exclusive activities, just for our group. It's amazing. So if you want more information on AIM, just go to aimclub.org. And again, it's our all-inclusive motorhome club. So you just have to have a coach with a motor. So a B van, a C, a Class A, we take them all and we have a great time. All right, I need you to put this on your calendar. It's the end of May, 1st of June every year. If you are looking to buy a motorhome, I've got the event for you. It's the Music City Motorhome Expo. It's right here in Nashville, Tennessee, well, actually Lebanon. And we introduce the new model year coaches from all the major manufacturers. And then guess what? It's sort of like a rally. Your entrance covers your food, your drinks, amazing entertainment at night. For 2025, we've got Sarah Evans and Scotty McQuarrie. In 2024, we had Diamond Rio and Josh Turner. So big names. We don't skimp. Great food. And then a shopping event like no other. So you can actually test drive all the coaches or any of the coaches that are in the display. So if you're really trying to narrow it down between 1 or 2, 3 coaches, drive them all and see which one works best for you. At National Indoor RV Centers, we want you to buy the right coach. That's going to save you more money in the long run and make you happier in the long run. Your ticket price is refunded or applied to the deal. So if you're planning to buy, it's going to cost you nothing to attend the event. Also, we cover some travel expenses to the event. If you purchase a coach from National Indoor RV Centers within a year of the show. So if you want more information on that, go check out our website, musiccitymotorhomeexpo.com. Make sure you put it on your calendar, something you don't want to miss. You can still sign up for our event in 2025 or put it on your calendar for 2026. Thank you so much for watching this video walkthrough of the brand new GT1. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm sure you're wondering how much this gorgeous van would cost you. Well, current MSRP is $212,483. Now, you should never pay MSRP. And remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less with National Indoor RV Centers. We make buying coaches super easy. We do financing, we take in trades, we do consignments. Just give us a call. Do you realize that you can finance this van for 20 years? So what are you waiting for? Come out to National Indoor RV Centers today and let's get you into one of these vans. Give us a call. Our RV lifestyle specialists are just exactly that. This is a lifestyle, this whole van life. Let us help you get into this fun, adventurous life. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. Also check out our AIM Club video, our paint and body video, and our Music City Motorhome Expo video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.